NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Opening tip controlled by Memphis, and we are underway. Screen coming.
Screen.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Ball's controlled by Boston. Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
To Jaren Jackson. To Wright. Five on the shot clock for Memphis. Not that time.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Memphis, they've got it. Good look that time, but off the mark. Walker with the basketball. Down by 1. To Cantor. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Shot clock winding down. Shemi Ojale with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson gets it in the right corner. To Valanciunas. Nice pass to get things going.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Into the front court, it's Walker. His team up by 1.
Hey, double screen.
To Jaylen Brown. The screen sets him up for 2.
The pro game has really come down to P&Rs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
To Wright. Here comes the screen. Wright, the drive. Right to the basket. Throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. Leads just a point. And it's Cantor. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Jackson. Oh, he had him there for a second. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Valanciunas giving you that size, giving you that length, a guy that can extend the defense. But you kind of forget that he was the 5th pick taken overall in 2011.
To Walker. And a nice finish at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Jackson. Here comes the screen. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. Boston with the basketball. Walker to Cantor. Knocked loose. Picked up by Memphis. Can't connect. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Walker into the front court. Leads one. To Cantor. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
To the rim. Lays it up and in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
That's me. I got ball.
To Kemba Walker. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Jason Tatum at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Won't go. Walker with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Cantor. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Brad Stevens will change up his lineup. Grizzlies at the controls right now. Aaron Baines snatching it out of the air. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Wide open look, won't go.
He missed that shot on his own. The defense didn't do anything on that play to make him miss.
To Valanciunas. Shot from the lane, won't go. Walker. Now that's a contest. Anderson to right. Here comes the screen.
Come right.
Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Into the front court, it's Walker. 2-point advantage. And that's rebounded by Memphis. To Jaren Jackson. Right. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Walker. To Marcus Smart. Tatum. buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Valanciunas. No good.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
To Walker. Boston with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Oh, the defense has to be so deflated on this one. You played great D for 23 seconds.
To Jaren Jackson. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Fires the 3. That bothered Kyle Anderson. Well defended. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Up 5. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Don't, just disrespectful.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. It's Grizzlies ball. To Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson. Has a chance. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Match up, baby. I got ball. I got ball. Come on, you gotta work around the screen. You're killing me.
To Marcus Smart. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. Jaylen Brown is going to get a chance at 3 here. A career 65% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first.
The NBA Season 8 2020 games and highlights coming up next.
It's a second. One more coming. Almost settles for a 2 or 3 trip. To right. Here comes the screen.
Screen left, come to screen left.
Right.
Come to screen left.
To Valanciunas. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Jonas Valanciunas at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 78% at the line. First one, count it.
NBA Season 8 2020 matchups coming up next. Portland Trail Blazers 2-1, Los Angeles Clippers 3-1.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. To Jaylen Brown.
Hey, you got the screen right, screen right, screen right.
They'll get it down to Thompson. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. To Valanciunas. Slam dunk. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Celtics have it. Thompson. Here comes the screen.
NBA Season 8 2020 matchups coming up next. Cleveland Cavaliers 3-1, Indiana Pacers 3-1.
To their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Jonas Jonas Valanciunas. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Marcus Smart. Layup goes down. Well done.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Josh Jackson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Cleans it up. The follow won't go either. Brown with it up top. Leads 4. Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. Down low Thompson. Tristan Thompson with the slam.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Memphis with the rock. Has a look. We played one here at TD Garden with the Celtics on top. Jay and I back to Boston. After this, you're tuned into the NBA on EA Sports. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Trying to cash in. Second effort. The follow won't go either. To Jackson. 4-3. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Brown into the front court. Up by 6. Fires the 3. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good. Josh Jackson. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Grizzlies own the basketball. To Jackson. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Brown with it up top. His team on top by 8. Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaylen Brown. Five seconds to shoot. Shot misses there by Smart.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. From long range, Brown with the 3, with a hand in his face.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Buy 100 tickets before the end of today's game and you'll receive an exclusive discount.
NBA Season 8 2020 matchups coming up next. Sacramento Kings 3-1, Houston Rockets 0-4.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
For the Memphis Grizzlies, number 1, Kyle Anderson.
To Kyle Anderson. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Celtics have it.
I got ball. It's all me.
Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Marcus Smart. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Walker into the front court. His team up by 7. And the Grizzlies have the rebound.
Pick up.
To Kyle Anderson. Short jumper misses. Walker with the basketball. Lead stands at 7. To Marcus Smart. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Dylan Brooks. To Kyle Anderson. Here comes the screen. Dylan Brooks. Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. That's how you defend.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Cantor. And it's Cantor. He's now 4 for 6.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Pass taken away by the Celtics.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
From the painted area, won't go down. Anderson, and a pass stolen by Boston. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Kemba Walker trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. The free throw is good. Finishing off the 3-point play. The lead grows to 12. Memphis, they've got it. To Wright. Probing the defense. Gets it in the left corner. To Wright. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Beyond the arc for 3. Not going down here. Into the front court, it's Walker. Up a dozen. Has a look. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He is 3 for 7.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Couldn't keep it in. Out off Dylan Brooks. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 0, Jason Tatum. Stepping in for the Memphis Grizzlies, number 13.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. They lead it by 14. For three. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. To Jaren Jackson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's Boston with the rebound. Cantor to Kemba Walker. To Jaylen Brown. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
Like my old coach used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's way too easy. Just keep attacking. It's easy money.
Whistle and a timeout for Memphis, as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter.
This offer is only valid during today's game, so take advantage of this great opportunity.
To Kyle Anderson. Shot from the lane won't go.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
Short jumper off the mark. To Jaren Jackson. Anderson to right. Tatum grabs the rebound. To Walker.
Oh, met at the summit, Ed.
I was sure that was going to be a dunk, Jay. What control by the defender. To Jaren Jackson. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Reset here. Let's see what they do. Walker. Here comes the screen. To Jaylen Brown. Fires the three.
NBA season 8 2020 matchups coming up next. Milwaukee Bucks 2-2, Miami Heat 1-2.
A great defense there, forcing the pickup. To right. Deep left corner. 5 on the shot clock for Memphis. Add 2 points to the board.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Walker into the front court. Lead is 12. Nothing going here on that drive. Give it to him. Kemba Walker now 4 for 9.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 31, Tristan Thompson.
To right.
For the Memphis Grizzlies, number 17, Jonas Valanciunas.
Anderson. To Jaren Jackson. Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. Doesn't get the bounce.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
Walker. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. They'll get it down to Thompson. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Jaren Jackson. Right. Lets it fly from long range. They swarm Jaren Jackson. Missed the shot. Ball's controlled by Boston. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
And here's a next-level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Anderson to right. Count the bucket for 2.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Walker with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Trying to cash in. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one. Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Celtics entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics. The Grizzlies have yet to appear after one half of basketball. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. Bench points.
The Memphis Grizzlies were not given a chance to relax in that opening half. Even when the starters were on the bench, the reserves were maintaining the lead and earning their playing time.
Player of the half.
Tatum did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Boston with the basketball. To Kemba Walker. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Valanciunas. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. Not that time.
Come on, show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
To Valanciunas.
Ice.
Nothing going here on that drive. Going to launch beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Walker. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. And the finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Celtics have it. Walker. And counted at the rim.
The assist from number 15, Kemba Walker.
To Jackson. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys holding the big lead. Screen coming. Has a chance. The screen sets him up for two.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Jackson. Nice pass to set things up.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
To Walker. He gets it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Valanciunas. Has a look. Jumper's good.
I don't know what the point of you having a scouting report is if you don't utilize it. You're allowing him to get to positions on the floor where you know he feels most comfortable. Make it a challenge for him by making him do something uncomfortable.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Here comes the screen. Walker. Cleans the offensive glass. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
To Jackson. 5 on the shot clock for Memphis. Trying to cash in. Not that time.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Nothing going here on that drive. Kemba Walker in a matchup with Jackson.
Don't switch, don't switch, don't switch. I got him on 7 lines.
Boston with 4 to shoot. Walker. 4-3. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Oops. He missed the first one.
One time, we go.
Missed the middle one. One more coming.
For the Boston Celtics, number 4, Enes Kanter. Entering the game for the Grizzlies, number 13.
Boy, bad performance at the line. 0 for 3.
I got this D on it.
To Jackson. Here comes the screen. Lays it up and in.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To Jackson. Valanciunas. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Jonas Valanciunas, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. And hits the first free throw.
Into the game for Boston.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
You know that's easy. They can't guard you.
Celtics have it.
Got this clown. Let's go. I got blocked. I got blocked.
Surveys the floor. Here comes the screen. Walker to Marcus Smart.
Watch the slip. Watch the slip.
Tatum. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Walker into the front court. They lead it by 14. Oh, had him going there for a second. Gets a look. Can't hit. Anderson to Valanciunas. To Dylan Brooks. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. That's a tough shot for Dylan Brooks. No good. Ball's controlled by Boston.
Here we go. I got him. Hey, watch this screen left.
Probing the defense. Walker to Marcus Smart.
I told you the screen was coming.
Walker buries it on the catch and shoot.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Cleans it up. Offensive board. Enes Kanter swats it. That's out. Last touch by Enes Kanter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Entering the game for the Grizzlies, number 25, Chandler Parsons.
Anderson. To Valanciunas. The shot almost. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Marcus Smart. Valanciunas there for the board. Grizzlies at the controls right now. To Kyle Anderson. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Count the basket at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Here comes the screen. To Valanciunas. Got it.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Work it down to Brown. Oh, he had it. And the basket good at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Here comes the screen. And scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Valanciunas. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
It's Grizzlies ball. Nice finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
Visit our team website for more details.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still, you got to make that one.
Has a chance. Can't connect. Another follow, still no good. Walker with the basketball. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. And the rebound taken in by Memphis. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That'll do it. Third quarter complete with the Celtics in front. Grizzlies get the first crack at it as we begin the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Right to Jackson. From long range, working hard on the glass. On the follow, way to stay with it.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Screen coming. Has a look. Shot won't go. To Jaren Jackson. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Boston with the basketball. And he hits.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
To Jaren Jackson. Ennis Cantor sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. Celtics have it. Walker to Marcus Smart. The rebound's pulled down by the Grizzlies. Add 2 points to the board.
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down. Walker. To Jaren Jackson. Navigates through traffic but can't finish. Another follow. No good. Into the front court, it's Walker. They lead it. 4-point game. To Marcus Smart. Knocks it down off the step back.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Curling inside. From the outside, no good.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot.
Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. To right. Josh Jackson above the rim on that.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Leads 4. Can't connect from in close. Memphis with the run. Drive to the basket, but the shot won't go.
One of the best kept secrets in the game. Utilizing a head fake. Get the defender in the air. Crack into him. Don't give the refs any excuse not to call foul. I put that one on you. You went up a little bit lazy.
And it's Cantor. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Deep 2 there, won't go. Walker into the front court. Up 6. To Marcus Smart. Off the assist.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Valanciunas. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Walker. To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Trying to cash in. Not today. Right to Valanciunas. And look out.
Valanciunas giving you that size, giving you that length, a guy that can extend the defense. But you kind of forget that he was the 5th pick taken overall in 2011.
Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the players up there and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it. He has his team's attention.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Into the game for the Boston Celtics. Number 7.
Walker to Marcus Smart. To Kemba Walker. Rebound Jackson. Right with it. The deficit is 6. To Jackson. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. Time to shuffle things up. Walker with the basketball. Up by 6. To Marcus Smart. To Walker. Has a chance. That's no good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
To right. Screen coming. Right. has a look. The jumper's off the mark to Jaylen Brown. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
That transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. Shot won't go. He has to create to get a better look. Josh Jackson. To Wright. Enes Kanter. Huge block. That's his third block this evening.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Wright. To Jaren Jackson. The pass set it all up.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when you're there.
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where I get a chance to see if coaches can change it up. Maybe let one of your players lead the timeout so your team can hear a different voice to keep everybody engaged. Maybe like the Warriors did with Andre Iguodala.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. To Jaylen Brown.
Into the game for the Memphis Grizzlies, number 17, Jonas Valanciunas.
To Marcus Smart.
Back door.
Blocked away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
To Jaren Jackson. Here comes the screen. It's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Jonas Valanciunas pins it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Kyle Anderson has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Celtics have it. Trying to cash in. Jackson comes down with the rebound. To Jaren Jackson. Screen coming. Anderson. not done yet. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Up by 3 to Jaylen Brown. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Anderson. Here comes the screen. To Kyle Anderson. Won't go down. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Up 5. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Wright. Here comes the screen. Wright. To Kyle Anderson. Valanciunas. Has a chance. Off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Kemba Walker. Boston with 4 to shoot. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Anderson to Wright. Anderson goes to the right side. Here's a chance from long range. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. And an intentional foul here in the closing moments. But it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a 2-score game.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad just when they needed it.
First one goes down. Two for 2 on that trip. Now the Grizzlies will use a timeout. It's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more chance to stop the clock before the buzzer sounds. .17-footer at the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they take care of business at home. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics edged out a close victory in today's game. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics. The Grizzlies finished on the losing end of a close score.
And even though they shot so well from the field, I bet they're only thinking about the shots they missed. This was a tough game to lose.
Check out the leading scores for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Tatum.
Gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.